Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'll give y'all a little time to tune in. I hope everybody had a blessed and productive Monday. I hope everybody was able to get through the hassles of the day. Hope some of y'all done got home safe, comfortable, or whatever you're doing for the evening. Hopefully you're comfortable. And if you're in them areas where it's brutally cold, please make sure you got something. Please make sure you got on everything you need because, yeah, people are getting sick left and right. Whether it's walking pneumonia or whatever, and please make sure your bodies is all right, especially during this time. Yo, Vision, salute. What's going on, women? What's going on, baby? Word, happy birthday to my brother, man. May he rest in peace. Yeah, it's been a trying weekend to a degree. Got a lot of things to think about. Definitely had a lot of things to think about. And again, happy birthday to my boy Mach. May he rest in peace, man. Uh, I'm trying not to go there, y'all. There's just been a couple things I've been seeing. Um, I think I got some of that notion of what my homegirl was talking about. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this is the best way I could possibly say it. Some of you people who was fortunate enough to have parents, as far as parents who was in money and they doing what they doing, um, it's called being grateful. I'm gonna say it like this. Some of you people felt too entitled. I'm gonna say it like that. It's not just one situation; it's two different situations. Even though it's still, it's still a problem right now. Hey, cowgirl, blessings. The problem is some of y'all really feel y'all that entitled. If your parents is in the money or your parents came from money, that doesn't necessarily mean you're entitled to everything. You're gonna have to at some point get up on your own and do something. Now, I'm gonna say this from this standpoint. If I'm an entertainer and I got all sorts of deals, I got money flowing all around, and if my child decides this is what they want to do, they want to be an entertainer, I want to make sure my child is at least protected on all angles. That's number one. Number two, my child shouldn't worry about. My child shouldn't be worried about. I didn't give them no money when they was young. When I'm taking care of them. See, that's the problem. And some of that is toxicities coming from these women. Not all of them, but some of them. Because if this person done basically took care of his son his whole life, done gave him the things that he wanted, how is it you complaining about not getting no money or not being paid? Why should you get paid when you not saying it like that, but why should you be? I'm gonna give it just a random age. You think an 8 year old is really supposed to go through $1.5 million on their own? No, you know what the fuck is gonna happen. They're gonna spin that shit wild crazy. Ayla Blue Blessings, realist, y'all already know. I see you, Bonnie. You know, like I said, if I'm your father and I done sat here and basically paved the way for you to a degree, you got to start paving your own way. And don't get into your bag because you felt like I owed you something. If anything, I don't owe you nothing. I done sat here, took care of you, gave you the things you needed. I also did things for you so you wouldn't have to go crazy. I'm trying to teach you the balances of money and all that other stuff. You can't get mad because I didn't pay. I can see if you were still under my label, you still rapping to this day, then all right. When you get a certain age, you got to start getting paid as a grown man. But when you were a kid and your father is basically taking care of all of that, how ungrateful could you be? I'm just saying, how ungrateful could you be if your father's been there your whole entire existence? See, that's the problem with some of y'all kids now. You got kids who wish they fucking parents was in their life, and they ain't getting that. But some of y'all coming from these backgrounds where you know for a fact, yeah, you gonna eat. You gonna eat regardless. But you gotta also have some gratefulness. You know, you got some fathers who, even while paying child support, still be going through bullshit with their child. Like I said, at the end of the day, um, it's time to get past that ungrateful stage. You know, if somebody was actually taking care of you your whole entire existence, you should be grateful for that. Because let's keep it real. Sometimes it's hard to even maintain a strong relationship and marriage with somebody when you might have certain things that you know is going to be a factor into whatever the hell is about to happen. Like I said, you got some women who are with these men and they only looking for the financial gain of it. And then they spread that same type of toxicities. Like, if this man was in your life, taking care of you, your sister, and everybody else, how could you be that ungrateful? You know? And see, and that's the problem too. You know, certain things that happen between the parents or just happen in general, it's not always the kid's concern. It's only the kid's concern if it's a situation where you might have to up and leave, like a domestic situation. Other than that, if it ain't none of the above, whatever's going on between you and the husband, that's between you and the husband. Y'all figure that out on a different playing field. You know, your kid doesn't need to know every little fucking thing that's going on, especially if they that young. They don't need to know everything that's going on because now you start messing up the dynamics. Hey, Rachel, I see you. Blessings. You know, like I said, you got to start being more grateful for some of y'all. If you was happy, if you was lucky enough to have parents who was actually doing for you, they're doing for you while you young. So this way you get a gist of how to move when you get older. And you can't get mad when somebody is not going to pay you when, nigga, you live with me. I'm taking care of you, period. I'm putting you through everything. I got money set for you for college, all this other shit. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a parent, especially when you young. And you can't get mad once you get older. You feel a type of way. You feel I owe you money. I don't owe you shit. You came out of my nut sacks, number one. Number two, I done sat here and did the best I could possibly do as a father. So if you upset about something, just be upset about it. You can't even be ungrateful when you know for a fact I've done more for you than anybody would have done for you. And that's why some of y'all gotta stop being ungrateful. You got parents who was doing whatever and they fucking putting you through whatever as far as they putting you through everything that you know could possibly set you up for a good spot. Come on. Like I said, sometimes it's not always about what you could, it's not always about what you got. It's about what you could possibly bring to the table. It is the truth. But at the end of the day, I feel like this still. If I'm sitting here and I'm doing the best for my child and I'm trying to make sure my child understands the in and out, especially of this business, and if this is exactly what they want to do when it comes later on in life, I got to teach them from somewhere, right? You know, it ain't really a late comment, bro. But that is the truth, though. You know, it shouldn't always be about, oh, this person got money. Yeah, I'm definitely about to have a come up. No, it's supposed to be, is this person going to be good enough for you to build a future with and stay together with for the longest? That's really about it. Because you got some people who you get with, they might not even be working at the time frame, but that don't mean they ain't going to start working. You know, so you can't always just look at it from a standpoint of what you could bring to the table. Can't look at it all the time like that. Because right now you could be with somebody who might not be working, but they got the ambitions to start working. Or they got the ambition to probably do something and get their own money. Supposed to be there to back them up. Same way they would back you up too. I see you, biracial blessings. If y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Remember, that's something to really take into consideration. Why it seems like all of these children as of lately have been ungrateful. And yeah, regardless to what, these fathers have been in their child's life regardless. You know, but sometimes you gotta look at it too. Whether you married or whether you just got a baby mother, you still always supposed to maintain whatever bounds you got with your kid. No doubt, sis. Glad you at least tuned in for a little bit. No, but that's something to think about. Your kids shouldn't resent you because of whatever. And sometimes these kids don't even really resent their fathers. They just going along the lines of whatever emotion their mothers is going off of. And I'm saying, I'm gonna use an example again, like I did the last time. Prime example, the situation with 50 Cent son. I feel like this: your father, regardless to what. First of all, you're a whole grown ass man. I didn't even know you was that old. That old. Your father took care of you and had you with him damn near his whole beginning of the career, G Unit tours and all of that. Because of whatever situation between him and the baby mother, she basically poisoned your mind to make it seem like your father ain't shit. And that's something that needs to stop. If you're going through something personally, like come on, let's keep it real. If your father was lucky enough to have you throughout half of your fucking life, traveling and all this other shit, how could you be upset? Like I said, that's something again, that's toxicity levels with certain women. You know? And then y'all drag it on to the kids. Like I said, it's just some things you're not supposed to gossip or even bring light to unless it's time to bring light to it. Especially when they're young, because guess what? When they still young, they're gonna make that assumption that everything you're saying is true. I watched the family one time come back together in unity only because a whole bunch of miscommunication and a whole bunch of lies. You know, that's my thing. Now I seen that realist, and that's what I'm saying. Like it seemed like all of these kids who've been a part of this game at some point, they rebelling against their parents. Or they just going against one parent in particular. My thing is, if this parent has been doing the best for you, how could you be that ungrateful? Like, what's more important, the 1.5 mil or the fact that you lived past a certain age and you was able to grow older and acquire things? You probably got friends that you lost along the way. You're not thinking about that. You got people who ain't gonna be here to help you celebrate. You ain't thinking about that. The only thing you worried about is the money aspect. And at the end of the day, guess what? I give you whatever I owed you. What you gonna do with that? You know? That's why I said it's like when it comes to the fathers, a lot of times some of y'all women be really expecting a man to just pull money out his asshole at all times. My thing is, if you still with a person, you notice this person been doing right. How you even poisoning the kid that try to go against them? I see you, Angel. Blessings. Yo, Divide, salute, bro. Like I said, if I'm sitting here and I'm taking care of all of everything, as far as the financials and everything else, and I'm making sure my family is right, at no point should my family be ungrateful. Period. Especially if I'm the one that's really going to bat, making the money. Like, come on. If I'm rapping, doing music, and I got artists and all this other stuff, we all coming together as a collective to make money. At the end of the day, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Shouldn't have to worry about, damn, my family might turn on me just because of whatever. But that's a sad notion of reality that you got to see. Some of these people really just be so obsessed with the money aspect of things. Money can't buy you happiness. Wait, let me say this right. Money could buy you stuff, but it ain't going to guarantee or buy you happiness. That's what you fail to realize. You know, my fault, y'all. It's always I'm getting something. Oh, it ain't even. Never mind. See, ain't nothing I gotta deal with. I'm glad I'm off tonight. I would have been going through some BS right now, y'all. My bad. I always get work texts at some man. You know. Yeah, biracial. Summer's been raining. If it ain't been raining and cold, just been cold. Like out here, just been freezing. Like it's starting to feel like winter's supposed to feel again. At least out here, tired of this tropical. You come outside and then you thinking it's cold. You get outside and it's hot. Especially when you live on a high floor, all that wind is coming upstairs. You know. Nah, but bro, trust me. Yeah, money can satisfy. You see, keyword you just said, satisfy. It's not going to make you happy. I can have all the money in the world, but if I don't got nobody to fucking share that with, if I ain't got nothing going on good, I'm miserable. I could be having, how they say, I could be having, not even unprotected. I could just be out here having relations with half of these women just because I'm a fucking notable name. That don't mean I'm gonna be happy. Nah, I gotta have my fucking balance. And then you gotta think about it. Some people they gotta sell their damn selves, period, just to get that money. Got to sell their integrity and morals just to get that. You know? And even for those who don't gotta go through that, at some point they still got something they gonna have to do. You know? And again, if I'm sitting here taking care of you the best way possible, how can you be that ungrateful? Like I said, you got some parents who are not in their child's life at all. And then the minute their child decide to make something of themselves, now all of a sudden y'all come out of nowhere. I've seen that happen once or twice. You ain't believe your child was going to make anything or be something. Then the minute they do make themselves something, now y'all want to be supportive. And again, then you got those who are actually doing the right things. They taking the right steps, trying to make sure their family is good. Trying to make sure that there is no separation and no division, especially when it comes to money. But see, sometimes money divides a lot of people too. I've seen people really go to bat because they feel they should either have more than this person or they feel this person shouldn't have as much as they got. I feel like this. If we came into something together, even if we have to fucking part ways, we still gonna split things down the line 50-50. Especially if it was a business thing, you know? My guys, a salute, bro. You know, like I said, you gotta really be mindful of that. Like if I'm sitting here taking care of my child this whole time until adulthood, basically, how ungrateful could you be? Because I didn't personally hand you no money. I don't need to. You had a roof over your head. You had you had money set aside for your education. You got cars. You got clothes. What the fuck else could you possibly want? At least at a young age, what could you possibly want? And what could you possibly do with that type of money besides waste it? what I'm saying. For some of y'all who are into money and y'all got kids, y'all gotta make sure that no amount of money splits up the family. Because again, no amount of money is gonna bring back the family neither once things have been done. Once damage has been done, ain't no amount of money is gonna bring y'all back together. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Some of y'all was lucky to be in a position with your family to where you could try to fucking maneuver around and see how things move and get into your own lane. But you can't sit here and get upset because somebody is not. No, that's stupid. Especially somebody that raised you. You know, that's stupid. And that is a sign of ungratefulness. Because in all honesty, your father could have been one of those deadbeats. Your father could have been locked up for life. Your father possibly could have been dead. See, some of y'all don't be thinking about the simple things that could actually happen that could stop or derail whatever it is y'all think y'all got going. You just so focused on the money aspect. And remember, money can buy you somewhat happiness. It can satisfy you somewhat. It ain't gonna fully make you happy. I could have all the money in the world again, but I could be to myself. No kids, no wife, no nothing. I'm not happy. Some people are going to continue to do things because they're unhappy. Don't matter how much money they got. And I appreciate you, Angel, for doing that. I was about to say, if y'all ain't dropped links by now, drop some links, show each other some love. Probably is some new people sliding through the chat at some point. You know? But it's just a strong notion that you really got to pay attention. You know, sometimes even when you got money, you got to pay attention to your family. You got to pay attention only because one small aspect could start a bunch of bullshit. Now, how all of a sudden now you got a problem with your pops when your pops basically raised you and gave you everything that you wanted and needed? Again, how ungrateful can you be? That would be like me being resentful towards my mother if she was still here. Knowing my mother done went to bat for me, done fucking did everything in her power to keep me at least on the right path and just get me to where I need to get. Am I supposed to really get mad at her because certain things in my life didn't pan out? No. I gotta take some of that accountability as well. Because when she was trying to push me in those directions, I ignored it. So I would have had to take nothing but responsibilities for that. That's what some of y'all kids are gonna have to do too if y'all in these type of situations. You're gonna have to take accountability for something. Don't ever get that shit twisted. And I feel like this: when you a kid and you ain't even old enough to really be making your own decisions like that, you can't get mad when somebody is managing your money. I'd rather my pops manage my money and know I'm good than have a random person managing my money and I don't know if I'm going to have to go through IRS audits and all this other dumb shit. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all going to have to realize that. Just saying. Start paying attention to your families, especially when you know there's money involved. Because sometimes money causes evil. That's where the root starts from. Everybody could still be getting an equal share. Some people feel, well, I should get more than this, or I feel like this, down the third. No, it's called stay in your lane and just let things free flow the way they've been free flowing. Like I said, your father was basically there throughout your whole life. So how the fuck ungrateful could you be? Here it is. You got a father that actually cares about his kids, trying to make sure his kids live better, do better, especially if he's coming from that background where a lot of people are not making it past a certain age because of the violence. And you are able enough to be in the limelight to a degree, but he's still doing what he got to do for you as a father. How ungrateful can you be? And you know this. Now, this example, it's not the daughter coming at him. Again, the daughter is nothing but happy. I'm guessing all the other siblings should be all right. I don't know how many kids he got exactly, but I do know about Romeo and the sister. But I'm saying the sister's not even getting crazy like that. It seems like it's always the young fellas that's in these situations that are the main ones coming out on some shit. You ungrateful. You upset about something. At the end of the day, guess what? That's still your fucking parent. You can't kill your parent. You can't beat your parent. The only thing you can do is respect them for what they did. And if you can't respect the fact that that man basically taught you a life lesson that you don't necessarily always got to have that money right there to do whatever. And if he's teaching you different aspects of the field, not just music, you got to respect that. You got to be grateful on that. Because some people ain't going to take their time out to fucking teach you things that you know you need to be taught. No, and it is sad, Angel, because I'll be honest with you. I've seen like two situations as of recently. It seemed like it's the boys. It's never the girls. These dudes that they might have more than three kids. It's always either the firstborns or it's always just the spoiled ones out of all of them that just feel a type of way. And then some of that too is toxicity because depending on what's being said behind closed doors, that could spark the wrong type of ideas. You know, and it's sad when you got families that'll break up just over money. I've seen this happen. You motherfuckers is getting crazy over a will, and guess what? All of y'all only getting a certain amount. So it's not like, yeah, I gotta get this before these motherfuckers get their leeching hands on it. They, man, listen. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you and my pops both. Like I said, I just lost my pops last year. So, in all, regardless to what's going on, again, if you lucky enough to have parents, if you, my bad, y'all. Oh shit, fire. Yeah, I forgot how good that shit was. Shout outs to my purple haze. Oh, but if you fortunate enough to have parents and they fortunate enough to do the right things by you, you as a child should never be ungrateful because you have kids who, while you was sitting in a high seat, you had kids who was homeless. You had kids who probably was coming from domestic situations. Y'all don't think about those small things, especially those who, oh yeah, I'm in the money, fuck everything. Y'all don't think about the small things that impact people. And I think it's time for y'all to really get it together. Hey, Anne Marie, blessings. Like, come on. My pops died at age 55. And that was literally last year, 4th of July. My mom's didn't make it to 40 something. Cancer killed her. So, and in all honesty, I was glad to at least known and had knowledge of both of them. And they both kind of taught me something regardless to what. Yeah, my mom taught me a whole lot. My pops, whenever I did see him, he did teach me or say some shit. And even then, he was apologizing for things in the past. But, I don't hold grudges. And at the end of the day, it didn't matter. I still became the man I am today because of just the awareness and the knowledge and just being observant and just following my gut instinct when I knew it was time to follow. It's just that simple. Appreciate that, realist. Nah, because like I said, you got some people who will cry and mope, and then you got some people that don't take into consideration. It doesn't matter what age you are. When you don't have neither of your parents, That's a fucking eerie fucking situation. You know? And this is why I said it's crazy, because how is it, if I'm doing right as a parent, how the fuck could you be that ungrateful? I'm sorry to sound like that. And this is a public service announcement to some of you youngins who might be in a situation. You might be in this family where y'all got money, or there's money being circulated through it. Guess what? Don't be a spoiled brat. You mad because you feel you owed something? You got to show that you worked for it. And even if you did work for it, guess what? If you still too young to really know, you're not supposed to handle that type of money at that age. Am I really supposed to give an 8-year-old $1.5 million? I'll wait for that one. And may God bless them both, Angel. Trust me. See, like, we both know what it is. Got some people who are lucky to still have their parents, but here it is. They griping and moping about certain situations that either happened in the past or just happened previously. And if there's money involved, guess what? That's one sad way to break up a family. So I said money is the root to all evil to a degree. Because the wrong people end up attaining it, or it could be the right person attaining it, but they got the wrong people around them. And that's how it always breaks up. Yo, James, salute. For those who just tuned in, y'all already know, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, even though this might be a topic that's being publicized right now, it's not even something that's being publicized. There's other things that have not been publicized, but it goes right along those lines. Ungrateful children, ungrateful people. Listen, if somebody was good enough to take their time and at least try to raise you the best way possible, how ungrateful could you be when you got people who don't got their parents? Some people don't have their parents from the age of birth. Some people are adopted. Some people are, taken in by family. See, it's things like that y'all gotta take into consideration. And a public service announcement to you kids again. Don't think just because family might have money that everybody's supposed to have an equal amount. Because for all you know, that money could be going towards bettering all of y'all. If I'm putting money to the side so you be straight when you get a certain age, you can't get mad about that. And Angel, you already know you got my deepest prayers and sympathy too, because trust me, me and you both know what it is. And some of y'all lucky, like I said, they at least have one or two parents. So guess what? While they still here, regardless of what kind of fucking ever relationship y'all got, better cherish every fucking moment. Just cherish that. Some people don't get that. And again, it's sad to see ungratefulness happening when it's coming to people that you know for a fact, like, I basically raised you. How could you be that upset? Now, I can see if it was along the notion, I'm going to use this for fair use and purpose, educational purposes. Good example. If some of y'all was familiar with what was going on with Gary Coleman and his family, that's a different situation. I can see you being ungrateful there. That situation, I can see you being ungrateful towards your parents, because you basically threw me to the lions den to get this money. Now I'm getting the money and you stealing it from me. Like, along those lines, I can see you being somewhat ungrateful, or even have some sort of malice, because you wouldn't think that your parents would be the one that'll double cross you. And there's been a multitude of situations like that, whether they was televised or not, where you got parents that are basically taking the kids' money. But just like I said, in this situation, if you want to say he was taking his money, then yeah, he was taking Romeo's money and trying to invest into his future, which a father is supposed to do. Not giving my kid no damn near whatever $1 million and they not even really wise enough to know what to do with it. And then why would I hand that to them when we know, regardless to what, you moving in a world full of vultures right now? Like, come on, y'all think along those lines. Like I said, when it come to that situation with Gary Coleman, I felt bad because I'm like, well, damn, you basically threw me out here as a child actor to get this money. Now I'm getting to the bag and you stealing every little thing. So what you really trying to leave me with? Hence why I said you got some parents who will live through their kids. And that right there was a prime example. These parents probably wanted to be son in their life, they couldn't. So we gonna make you do this. Now I mean you should throw your kids out to the wolves neither. But if your kid decides that's exactly what they want to do and they really into that craft, then hey, only thing you can do is try to support them. You know? Nah, it's a whole fact. That's what I'm saying. There's no way you gonna tell me I'm supposed to give my kid this amount of money at this age. No, it's not the way that shit works. If anything, I'm gonna make sure my kid got the proper stuff. I'm gonna make sure my kid is set. Just in the event anything does happen to me, yo, look, this is what it's for. Don't mess that up. And see, you know what it is? Sometimes as parents, you're gonna have to set certain boundaries anyway, and just set certain things into motion. Because, prime example, you could be a person that's, you got money to fucking leave your kids, do whatever, whatever. You want to make sure that they're good, regardless, but they still get some sort of education, at least learn something. Like I said, so you can keep the prosperity growing. But it's time for the ungratefulness to really like come to an end. Because how ungrateful could you be? Again, I gave you a roof over your head, gave you clothes on your back, put money to the side for you so when you get older, you can do what you need to do in case you decide to branch off from the family or make your own moves. You good. I'm setting you up for future prosperity. It's up to you to make it happen. You know? And if you pass a certain age already, then you should already had everything established. You got some of them that come from those backgrounds where they never got to work because they gonna always mooch off of something off the family money, one way or another. But then you got some situations, like I said, they're gonna set money up so these kids can have at least a future, at least a future to look forward to. I don't see how the hell you could be that ungrateful. And again, if certain things didn't pan out in your life, you might have to take accountability for things. If I set you up with a plan, I told you what it was, and I told you what to expect by a certain age, you should already be prepared for that to a degree. Yeah, I'm still gonna love you and care for you, but if at a certain age you're gonna have to figure something out, bro. You're gonna have to figure something out. And even if I set you up for the future, I set you up so you could at least be good where you ain't gotta worry about no debt, no none of that. Especially if I'm coming for money. Making sure you ain't gotta worry about going through all of that stressfulness. And if you do decide you want to get on your own, whether it's business or doing whatever, you're good. You can get what you need. You good. Not saying that, oh yeah, I'm just handing stuff to you. No, I gave you a certain amount of money so you could be good where you don't have to come back at all. And even if you do come back, it's mostly to say, well, listen, everything is going good. Still visiting, doing the most important things like you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna lean on your parents, just like sometimes parents might lean on their kids. But at the end of the day, we're supposed to lean on each other. Remember, the parents raised you. So when you get a certain age and they get a certain age, you could take care of them in their last days. So everybody could be happy, comfortable. Maybe I just think different, but this is all along how I feel. And there's no amount of money that should make you that ungrateful, especially when somebody has been there your whole life, regardless. Like I said, it's just something to really take into consideration. If your parent did something for you and you feel a type of way, yeah, you could address it all in all. But then again, don't make it seem like they did you wrong when they didn't. They did the right thing for you at a certain age because at that age you are not wise enough to know what to do with that kind of money. And 9 out of 10, that money that you done gave them probably be gone within an hour. You know how kids think. Oh, I definitely gotta have this. I want this. I'm definitely gonna. They not on the aspect where an adult would be or a young adult would be. You know what? Let me take some of this money and invest. Let me put this in a savings account. Let me do this. Let me do this. You know, kids are gonna go wild when you give them money. You can give them $20 right now. Like right now, you give a young kid right now $20, or give them $100, give them some shit like that. They're gonna go ape shit crazy. You know that. You know that. But if you coming from a background where you think you're supposed to see certain things and you ain't seeing it, it's for a reason. Because you don't know what could happen in the long run. And in that long run, that shit might benefit for you. Sometimes you gotta learn to be patient. You're not always going to get your rise and shine right then and there. Sometimes you're going to have to get it from the mud up. Sometimes you're going to have to sit back and really focus on the most important aspects. Some of y'all be so ape shit crazy to attain the money, but you don't know how to sustain it. See, you can attain money, but if you don't know how to sustain it, guess what's going to happen? You know, and that's the sad part. I feel like this on all aspects. No child should be ungrateful, especially if the father and the mother both been doing what they supposed to be doing, protecting their kids at all costs, but also showing them the ins and outs. You can't be ungrateful for that. You basically got taught a life lesson, even if it is young. You're getting taught to maneuver. For all you know, I could have gave my son just off a wild number. You know what, son? This is your birthday gift. Give my son $5 million for that day. 9 out of 10, that in this day and age, come on. 9 out of 10, that should be going just as soon as I gave it to them. Why? Because 9 out of 10, if they that young, guess what? They gonna try to pick up on something thinking that is legit. There you go, got scammed. Now you got no money. You know? And as a parent, you're supposed to protect your kids. Period. Especially when it's money involved, because like I said, that's the root of the evil right there. I feel I need this. I feel I want this. No, no, no. Now you got to set rules and boundaries, but you also got to set standards. If you think you entitled to this, you have to perform to this level. That's just like if you playing football. If you don't keep a certain grade level, that's any sport. You don't keep a certain grade level, and if you really at a spot where it's strict, nigga, they ain't gonna let you fucking play no sport. You might as well go do what you gotta do. Period. Yo, you crazy, Angel. I ain't fucking with you. I just seen him. Yo, I ain't messing with you. I'm really not messing with you. Yeah, nah, that is a fact though. You don't give no kid no money when they young like that. You anything try to set them up with investments and whatever else for the future. So at least this way you can't say, nah, nigga, I didn't take your money. This is where your money went. What you want me to do about it? I did the right thing as a parent. Or I did the right thing as somebody that's looking over you, a guardian, whoever. Can't get mad about that. I invested in your future without touching your money. Like I said, when it comes to topics like that, whether it's publicized or not, there are situations like that are going on behind closed doors. Could be happening in the neighborhood near you. Never know. Some dispute you might come across is because of that. It's because of money. It's because of ungratefulness, greediness, and just envious behavior. And then some of it is just poison being spewed in the air because you have word of mouth shit. That's something that really take into consideration. The main thing I could say all in all is that if you was grateful enough at least to have your parents in your life and they did right by you, no need for you to be ungrateful. Even if they didn't live up to certain things or even if they didn't acquire certain things they might have promised you. As long as you still here, as long as you still had a roof over your head, as long as you had clothes on your back, that should be the most important thing. Money comes and goes. I look at it from that aspect. Money could be here 1 minute and gone the next minute. You could get a $500 check right now, and that half of that could be gone in less than an hour, especially if you got things you need to take care of. So again, you shouldn't be so focused on just attaining it. You got to sustain it as well. And some of you people was put into a position where you're supposed to already be established and have your money sustained. So why are you crying about certain things? And again, if it's certain things that didn't pan out because of your behalf, you have to take accountability as well. You cannot just blame solely the parent. You have to take accountability for the actions and the decisions that you made in life. That's just a normal fact right there. If some of y'all don't see that, you're gonna always keep getting reminiscences, and you're always going to keep getting reminiscences of that. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's like, what could be spewed in these kids' heads to fucking be that ungrateful? I'm sorry. That's not even a laughing matter. That's really something to just let it sit there and marinate for a minute. You have some parents who will do any and everything because they love their children. And that's what some of y'all have to understand. And I ain't talking about the no, I'm not talking about the abusive parents, none of that. They out the equation. Because you ain't really parents if you putting your child through any type of abuse. But again, that'll be another lie. But as far as the parents who are doing right and doing what they supposed to be doing, some of y'all gotta understand this. And some of y'all kids in those situations gotta understand your parents are doing the right things for you because they love and care for you. And they want to make sure that regardless to what happens in life, you are set. And you ain't gotta worry about no type of debt. You ain't gotta worry about no type of stressfulness. You ain't gotta worry about going crazy just to try to make something happen. You have the opportunity to make things happen right here and right now. The ball could be in your court, but if you don't take that shot, you'll never know if you're going to fucking land it or if it's going to miss. But if you know you accurate in what you're doing, you're going to always hit that shot. So that's just something to think about. I ain't going to keep y'all long tonight. Mostly just wanted to chime in on that because I feel like that's a situation that's happening way too much now. even even when it's not being publicized. These are situations that are happening in real time. You got some family who feel, well, I'm gonna take you to court because I feel like I'm owed this much. Really? Especially when it's like you sound ungrateful. You sound like you just didn't care. You was just so focused on that money. Yeah, because some of y'all don't know how to attain and sustain. I gotta have this. I gotta have, yeah, these are necessities that you need. And if you ain't gonna have the backup to keep paying for these things, now what? Like I said, live within your means. Do what you gotta do. Just like I said on and on, there should be no amount of money in the world that make you that ungrateful, especially when you had parents who was doing right by you. You know, Majestic, you already know, salute. If y'all just tuning in, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, we'll be up here for a couple more minutes. Wasn't trying to hold y'all up the whole night neither. Hey, Eve, blessings. You already know, Jive Turkey. Oh, man. Nah, but like I said, it should be no amount of money in the world where a parent should feel a type of way or she'd be resented by their kids. I don't know. That's why I said money is the root of all evil to a degree. Because now let's really take that into consideration. Again, I done did everything as a parent to make sure you in the best direction you could be in life in case something does happen to me. And you as my offspring, especially if you my firstborn, you supposed to keep the legacy going too. But you're going to get mad because of some money. I feel like this again. If you too young to hold on to too much money, you don't need it. If anything, that money's supposed to be invested. I'm going to invest in the best possible options for you so you don't have to worry about debt, so you don't have to worry about leeches, so you don't have to worry about nothing. You could just do what you got to do and continue the prosperity. That's it. Not giving you no 1.5 million, or I'm not giving you no even 2 million, and you only 8 to 10 years old. What you gonna do with that? But blow that shit in a half an hour to an hour. Seriously. I see you, Tanya. Blessings. I appreciate you, Angel, for dropping links and stuff. Like I said, I appreciate all y'all for dropping links and stuff. And some of y'all don't even got to drop links. Y'all got wrenches going into each other channel. You know what to do. Show each other love. But all in all, I'm being honest. No amount of money should have you that ungrateful. Especially, like I said, you have some kids who don't have their parents in their life at all. And some of those kids actually admire and they might be a little jealous, especially if you in that limelight. So you take that into consideration. You got some people who are not that fortunate to have their parents. They see you out and about with your parents and y'all out in the world, y'all traveling, y'all doing this, y'all making all these moves. You don't think that bothers them? Like I said, there's always somebody in the world who probably got a worse problem than you. So why be ungrateful? Really something to take into consideration. Yeah, you already know, brother, but this is what I do. This is how I give it up. Even though this is a topic that's publicized right now, it's just a prime example of things that are happening, even that's not being publicized. You have some families who are really coming to blows over money. And that's the ungrateful factor right there. If I did something for you so you didn't have to go do nothing crazy, why are you mad for? That's a whole fact right there. That's a whole fact right there. You know, sometimes y'all gotta understand if people are not doing certain things for you, it's for a reason. Again, I'm not gonna give a child. I don't care if the child is working for me. I'm not giving you this amount of money in your hands. What are you gonna do with that? Like you gotta at least come to me with something for me to even give you that. Like what you need this for? What you plan on doing with this? Because I can tell you what I plan on doing with it. Yeah, it is yours, but guess what I plan on doing with it? I want you to see if you can figure this out. And even still, I'm not giving you that because come on now. Like I said, they can mess around, get into the scheme just that quick. And just as quick as you gave them that money, it could be gone. Supposed to protect your kids at all costs and from all angles, whether you in that field or not. And I feel when you doing the right things with your kids and your kids is with you, and even though some things that's going on behind closed doors, yeah, we don't know what's all going on. But then again, it shouldn't take away from the fact that there should be no ungratefulness there when I literally raised you and fucking gave you away your whole life. And at some point, you know you're gonna have to get on your own and do your own thing. And even if you are doing your own thing, guess what? That was what I fucking did for you. You didn't have to worry about nothing. You can't be that ungrateful. Come on now. Yeah, nah, that be what it is. Some of them, like I said, when they born into situations like that, Angel, this is exactly what you get. And again, some of them don't even get the notion. But then again, when you got parents who have come from nothing and have taught the kids basically, like, look, this is what I came from. This is what you could be or where you could be at. You're just gonna have to really make the right decisions and right steps in life. You can't be ungrateful. If I'm giving you money as far as I invested in your future, let's be real. If I put that's just like if I put $1 million away for you in an account, that's for you in case you decide you want to go to school. You might want to branch off, do something business wise. You might want to do your own thing. Come on now. Setting you up for the future. Not going to be giving you no crazy money in your hand and then you no. Yeah, that's a whole fact too, Willis. Like that's a whole fact. But then again, this is where the humbleness comes into play. You can't be ungrateful about that. Sometimes you don't always need money. Sometimes y'all just be wanting it. If you really needed it, you would be telling exactly what it is you need it for. That's just like you come, yo, I need $100 for what? Exactly what you need $100 for. Two, am I going to get that back? And even if I don't get it back, again, what do you need it for? Why is it that much of an importance? Yeah, sometimes check that. Papa Will salute. Whole fact right there. Yeah, but guess what? You're going to have to teach that at some point. Because, again, if I'm putting money away for you for the future and I ain't touching it, it's still there. What are you mad about? You worry about that money that badly when I done did things for you that's more than what the hell. Like, come on now. Like, let's really get there. You crying about this amount of money that you owe. Meanwhile, me as a parent done spent more than that in a year's time on you, raising you. I'll wait. Make it make sense.
Hello.
Hey, Tanya.
Yeah. What's up? Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and
Yeah,
everybody.
they just convicted old Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, well, it was three. He was convicted of three other seven charges.
Oh. Yeah, because he
Yeah,
had a bunch of charges. He had a bunch of charges. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
but some people got hung, and some people they was found not guilty on some of them, and they got hung on some of the other three charges. So, uh, I thought he was to be convicted of all of them, but I guess the jury didn't see it that way, so he's convicted on three of the seven charges.
Well, look, you still being convicted on charges, so that means you really
Yeah,
did.
but it just doesn't. You know what? It's that Bill Cosby effect. You know what I'm saying? That that some of the victims that they testified in Harvey Weinstein's trial in L.A. I guess they didn't believe none of them or some of them or any of them. And just like in New York, he's still got to appeal New York. Do you think he'll win New York on appeal? I don't know.
That part, I don't know. I didn't even notice that. You see, you just, 'cause I'm literally just getting up not too long ago. But
Oh,
you just told me something I ain't know. I
yeah, he
part
was.
of the day they was talking about the situation with Young Thug. So
Oh, no, I ain't heard about that. I just right now, I'm waiting on that other trial for Jam Master Jay. That's what I want to know how that's gonna go. I heard
yeah,
this trial is in January or February. I want to know what happened. I I think what with Jam Master Jay is really interesting because Jam Master Jay must have knew the dude because he had his house was full of security cameras and he must have saw the dude that he knew and let him in. You know?
yeah. I don't know. When it came to that situation, I don't know. I was hit and miss with it only because I just felt like, damn, out of all people, like, and this is one of the solidest brothers that was
Yeah.
helping people out. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
Jam Master Jay. You know what? If it wasn't for, there would be no Run DMC without Jam Master Jay. True or false?
Yeah, because who gonna play the music?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? I miss Run DMC. I really do. I really do. But they couldn't do without Jam Master Jay. He was the most versatile DJ on there. You would see him with Flavor Flav, like that. There would be no Public Enemy without Flavor Flav. You know, that's what I'm saying. But I just wanted to know how that went down. Did something go wrong? We're gonna know. It's in federal court, so we can't watch it. But I want to know what really happened in that situation with Jam Master Jay. I really do, because a lot of people didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that people didn't want to say nothing on camera. And I'd like to thank the other who's the other the one of Jam Master Jay's chief friends of Run DMC Run and DMC. I'd like to thank them for not giving up on that case. I really do.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it too. When you got real friends that are not, they not gonna lie. They gonna not lie standing still on that.
No, I
Real
guess they
friends are
really
not.
didn't.
Real friends are not gonna allow. Even if something like that did happen, real
Yeah,
friends are gonna stand up and fight for their fucking friends because at the end of the day,
yeah.
it should not even went down like that. Period.
No, she really shouldn't have. But I'm glad they really didn't let that case die. But I'm just saying they should have never let Biggie and Tupac's case die like it is. But I guess there's too many rats in the bunch in that case, Nate. Hmm. There's too many rats in that case, you know. And I feel sorry for his mom now that she's gone. She really tried hard to try to find out who really did Tupac in, but there's too much baggage in that case. Too many layers. You think you're gonna solve it, but there's so many layers of that case between him and Biggie. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like to say that, Harvey Weinstein, you're going to be somebody's woman in prison, and you can't make no more movies. And, yeah, you got to take your L there, Harvey. We sure do. But I want to say wish you good 2022. I mean, 2023. And, I like to say you're peaches there, Nate.
I appreciate you, Tanya.
Yeah, I like to
Same
say
thing.
the rest in peace to the ones we lost in 22. I like to say rest in peace to Coolio, rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John, rest in peace to Kirstie Alley, and rest in peace to Irene Cara. So
Yeah,
whoever don't know who Irene Cara is, I grew up with her on Fame. Used to hear her songs. She did really good music during the sort of the disco era before disco started to die. But
yeah,
she did her thing, you know.
yeah, definitely.
I give
There's
her
a
her
few people
props.
that passed, and actually, there's a few other people who passed a couple weeks ago. But like I said, there's so many different things going on, and ain't really being publicized.
No.
I just found out the dude that played on Walker Texas Ranger and Matlock.
Oh
He
yeah,
died at
yeah. I
66.
heard about him. Walker, Texas Ranger. Yeah, yeah. That. Now, you know what? He was a good dude. I liked him, man. I really did. I think he died or killed himself or something like that. Oh yeah. Rest in peace to the Green and White Power Ranger, and rest in peace to Ellen DeGeneres' GJ Twitch. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That's a darn shame. And rest in peace to Betty White. But you know what? I like to say Irene Cara should get her flowers because she really, even though she wasn't like really famous, but she did her thing the way she knew how to do it.
Yeah,
You know? Oh, yeah, Olivia Newton-John, yeah. But I like to say that to them, and they did the '80s well. You
yeah.
know, people don't know who they are, but I hope somebody really uh learns about Irene Cara um and all these other people that we lost. You know,
Yeah.
so all right, I say happy New Year. To hope 2023 will be a better year for you and me. Hmm.
Same way to you, Tanya. Hopefully, if you still doing, like I said, if you're doing a little thing for Christmas, I'll pop up at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna, cause I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be home, but I'm gonna um I'll do something on Christmas Eve. And I'm not going to be live on Christmas Day because I'm going to spend some time with a little bit of family I have left.
No doubt.
Yeah, well, this will be the first Christmas without my pops, and that's something I'm carrying with me every single day. There are days I just want to just pick up the phone and call them, but I really can't. And my brother and sister are don't talk to me because of my grandmother and everything, but I'm gonna keep on keeping on because I don't really give a darn what they say about me anyway. I've known them for too long. But I'm gonna spend some time with my half sister Vin, and then next year I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be going to Secaucus, New Jersey at the American Dream Mall. I have to spend $300 for it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be out. I'll still be in the Jersey area, but I'll be going in a hotel and stuff for people with disabilities to go on trips and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be doing this year in 2023 in
That's
March
what's up.
of 2023. You'll be seeing me at the American Dream Mall. I've been seeing it on TV, so I'm gonna be the I'll be down there. I'll be filming that down there. Okay, over the weekend you'll be seeing me at the American Dream Mall. They have a roller coaster or some. I could be in the mall and get some stuff. So I'll be doing some big things in 2023, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's
hopefully
up.
get my public watch hours up. I'm not worried about that now. I'm just worried about today, living for one day, and worry about tomorrow.
That's
Hmm.
all you can do.
Yeah. Well, I like to not bother you, but peaches, and have a good day to you.
Peaches too, and you have a good one.
You
And
too.
definitely enjoy your holidays. You know,
Yeah, I'll be playing some holiday music on Christmas Eve, and anybody can come on up. Come on up.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
No
All
doubt,
right.
Tanya.
See you.
See you. Yeah, shout outs, definitely. You know, but yeah, all in all, nothing differs from that. You know, it's time to really like set the bar, and it's time for some of y'all to understand why the bar is being set as far as the money aspect is concerned. Gotta understand that. And again, if you was lucky enough to have parents that were doing the right things by you, even if they didn't give you money on a daily, or even if you felt like you was owed something, you technically owe them, especially if they did the right things to put you in the right position. You're just chilling, you already know, salute. You know, like I said, just something to think about. Your parents doing the right things for you, how ungrateful could you really be? Sometimes toxic's gonna have to fucking acknowledge and see that shit head on so you don't have these type of situations happening in the future. No amount of money again should make you that ungrateful when your parent was doing the right thing by you. Don't let that go over your head. But you know, like I said, I wasn't gonna keep y'all too long. Just wanted to chime in on that a little bit. Because it's really a sad notion. Because even when it's not publicized, you just have situations like that are breaking up homes, that are, you know, dividing the homes as well, or just dividing families. You know, like I said, you so focused on attaining the money, but you're not sustaining it. And if you don't know how to do either or, you shouldn't be focused on the money at all. And again, what was more important, the money aspect of it? And if so, how important could it be when the money was being used for the right reasons? Like, let's keep it real. I appreciate you, Angel. You have a good one. Hey, Doe, blessings. Like I said, the link is still in the chat in case anybody did want to pop up. But I just felt like that. You know, whether it's really being publicized or not, this is a prime example of what's really going on, and it's a sad reality. And we see this coming day in and day out. Some of us probably are in neighborhoods where these situations are happening now. Families are dividing because of money. You owe me this, or I should have had this. If I did, if I spent more on you, or if I did more for you than that money you asking for, who really owes who? Again, you gonna cry, all right, here, take this 1.5. Now you still owe me 30, maybe 40, depending on what it was. You owe me this now. And you have to pay that back. Because some of y'all look at this like it's a business deal. No, it's not a business deal. At the end of the day, your parents is doing the right things for you because you are not mature enough to handle that money, especially at a young age. So you damn right. I don't feel bad. Like, no, don't that man don't owe you nothing when he spent more on you and invested more in you and your sister than anything. No, come on. Take that into consideration. You know, I wasn't gonna keep y'all forever. Just felt like I had to get that out the way too, because it's just something to really like take into consideration and take with you. Because come on, look what money is doing now. Even the people that you know for a fact was still in good positions. Look what money's doing. The wrong influences, the wrong type of spews in the air. Now look what's happening. You know. Nah, you right on that. Definitely right on that. All in all, this should be another public service announcement to those who are into the families that's coming into money. If whether it's your mother, your father, whatever guardian got you, if they doing the right things by you, there should be no reason to be ungrateful. if they kept the shelter over you, if they shelter for you, clothes on your back, doctor's appointments, all that other shit, they been there. How ungrateful could you possibly be because of some money? And if they never did you wrong in any way, shape, or form, even when it comes to money, again, how ungrateful could you possibly be? You have to overall look at the general picture right there. The general picture is, you know what? They did do right. Because I probably would have got this and would have been fucked up. You know? Nah, that's a whole fact too, really. Like that's what I'm saying. But all in all, come on. If I did the right thing by you, well, how could you possibly be that upset? And again, common sense for most parents, I ain't giving you no money like that at that age. What you gonna do with it? What's the business plan of it? Like, you got to make something make sense. I said, just gotta be rules and things in effect, even when it comes to that. But even still, it still should be no damn ungratefulness coming through at all. Again, roof over your head, clothes on your back. You still here to maintain whatever. Get it together. Definitely just something to take into consideration. You ain't gonna never get an amount of money that's gonna have me or anybody around me ungrateful. That's just something that's not gonna happen. And that shouldn't happen in none of those cases neither. But hey, the way things is happening now, shit, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, some of you women, I'm not gonna lie, in those situations too, some of y'all do be spreading a little poison. Certain things are not meant to be said, especially if it's things that don't concern the kids. If a kid how they used to do it, kid be standing there seeing y'all talking about something. What was that main code? Like, come on now. I don't even gotta say it because y'all know what the main code was. Stay in your place. Mind your business. Can I help you? Like, come on. Gotta make sure you still have them same morals and codes. And then you gotta also make sure that at the end of the day you are watching everything in your damn household. Because if not, it could split up. And even if it don't split up right away, once they decide to branch off, they feel a type of way, they could decide to say that. But again, you can't be ungrateful when somebody did something for you to benefit and for you to stay where you need to be at. Maybe you need to take the accountability. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout outs to the shadow watchers that fuck with your boy. You already know what it is. Shout outs to everybody. Blessings to everybody who was in the chat tonight. Main thing, like I said, when you coming into these type of situations, you gotta have that third eye open as well. Because you're always gonna have somebody who's just ungrateful. But if you can spot it from jump, get rid of it. Or get rid of that notion of ungratefulness and show them the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. So they don't take that to heart. It's just that simple. If you was new to the channel, go like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all ain't have to be here, but you was rocking out with your boy, and I appreciate that. Until the next live, y'all already know what it is. We out of here. Peace and blessings.